Before I really get started with this video, I just need to say that I am in love with Arteza's 100% cotton watercolor paper. Actually, their line of products are so good with just the most amazing price tag. I don't know what to do about all this new stuff they're coming out with. I'm gonna have to buy it all because, oh my God. If the rest of their stuff is anything like their paper, I am 100% on board. That's all I needed to say. On to our regular scheduled programming. Hey everybody, it's Itsuji, and thank you for viewing my very first video on this channel. I am an illustrator, mostly traditional, a little bit digital, and I just wanted to make this video to talk about some of my artistic goals for 2020. In this video, I am working on a piece called Crown and Glory. I draw a lot of characters with halos, and I wanted to do something a little different, so I chose a crown instead. So jumping right into my goals, I have these split into two sections. I have my regular goals as an artist, just kind of like the business and marketing aspect. And then I have my project goals, so looking more into the types of projects I want to be working on. And these are mostly personal projects, but I feel like they are important to have because when I'm not doing client work, I need to be working on my own body of work. So my first goal is to get myself out there more this year. And what I mean by that is I need to expose my artwork to as many eyes as possible. I am really bad at using social media just because it changes so much. It's really difficult for me to adapt to the user interface. Right now I'm using Instagram and that seems to be working really well for me. I get a lot of traction whenever I make an upload to my account. YouTube is a platform that I am wanting to have a presence on as well, and I'll get more into that in my next goal. My next goal is that I want to make more videos of my processes on various projects. I am typically a traditional artist. I do some digital work, but I've been illustrating for as long as I can remember, but I've been illustrating seriously for about 15 years. And in those 15 years, I have learned so much, especially on how to be an economical artist because, I didn't go to an art school. It was way too expensive, and buying really expensive art supplies has never really been an option for me. So I have always used mediums that were best for my budget, and I want to show people how I survived that and was still able to make decent artwork because really it's not about the medium. It's about your application of it, and I think some more videos on budgeting when it comes to art supplies, digital art supplies, anything like that. I think that will be really helpful to the community, especially for people who are starting out and are a little apprehensive because the hobby is just really expensive, or it can be super expensive, and there's always the notion that the more expensive a tool or a paint or any kind of medium, the better. And I want to show that that's not necessarily true. Not that the more expensive medium is better, but that you can learn to work with your cheaper mediums and make them work for you and get results almost close to professional grade art supplies. My next goal is going to be a little bit trickier to achieve, but that is to transition to being a full-time freelance illustrator. Right now, I do have a day job that is full-time, and I intend on keeping that until client work starts to pick up where I am making close to what I'm making now at my current job. And once I do that, I am going to take the leap. Of course, that's going to require me to have, a good savings plan. I already have kind of a business plan laid out of how I'm going to earn my money and spend my money. I also have my pricing sheets and contracts and things like that. I have all of the paperwork set in place for when I'm ready to get this ball rolling. I just have to secure funding so that I don't get evicted. You know what I mean. Now on to my project related goals. So I have to start by saying it took me a really long time to minimize this list down to 2 projects. I don't want to overwhelm myself on too many projects. I really want to put my all into these 2 projects and come out with something great by the end of the year. The first project is my Fallen Angels Charm School art project, and what I'm hoping that will be is a curation of 10 or more pieces that I can use to enter into art galleries, art crawls, or do my own personal show. I just want a body of work that represents who I am and what my brand is, and I think this is going to be a really fun project for me because I really love drawing these portraits and these characters. I love using the different mediums to achieve the look I'm looking for, and a lot of my personal friends and family have seen some work that is related to this art series, and they love it and they really want to see more of it, and I want to make more of it. So that's going to be my primary project goal, is working on this art curation. My next project goal is to complete the first volume of my comic book. I don't want to get too much into detail about what the comic is about because I want to save that for another video series. This is a concept that I have been working on for almost 5 years now. I actually pitched this concept as an animation, and it was in the super early stages. It didn't work out. This was really before I understood the art of storytelling, and now that I kind of have a little more experience under my belt as far as that goes, I'm starting to see this story much more clearly, and I'm realizing that this concept is perfect in comic format. So that's what I'm gonna go with. I want to get on a regular basis of uploading chapters for this comic. I haven't decided what platform I'm gonna use to actually display this comic. I do know for a fact that it's gonna be 100% traditional. Maybe not 100% traditional, at least the inking and shading and things like that is going to be traditional, because when I read comics, that is a technique that I enjoy seeing, especially in manga. So that's something I'm going to be working pretty heavy on because it's a project that's extremely important to me. And even though, it's not really time sensitive, to me, it's extremely time sensitive because it's something that I wanted to do for my nieces and, other kids in my life that I know, really enjoy anime and like the kind of shonen style cartoons and things like that. I wanted to make this for them, something that they can enjoy while they're young. But, it's been so long now, they're growing up and they're moving on from cartoons and comic books and things like that. So I really want to put this out there so that they can still enjoy it while they're young enough. But yeah, those are all my artist goals. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I do plan on doing a introduction video, so please be on the lookout for that. And until then, I will see you all next time. Bye.